Hello everyone. The previous session we have completed Java. You know, only knowing Java won't help you to develop a full-fledged application. So along with Java, you have to know many other technologies like database technologies, maybe some other, like framework like Spring, Hibernate, maybe framework like AngularJS, React.js, jQuery, for the front end, right? And HTML. These are all technology all together integrated will give you a full page application, either it is internet or maybe private application inside a small standalone application, right? To know all these, I will today let you know what is Maven. You know. So see, you are using Eclipse and we are running all these main class programs, right? Right click main. So when you go for a web-based application, you will not have any main class. You will you will deploy this application in a server, right? So either in a server or serverless application, right? Nowadays you have serverless application in cloud on cloud environment. If you want to know about serverless implementation, you can watch I have uploaded one video on AWS serverless component. You can watch that. That is a end-to-end configuration of a REST API. So today I will tell you what is a build script. When I started my job, from the very beginning, that time we used to have ant script. We used to write ant script, and ant script we used to take build of our application. After that, ant Maven came into picture. Then Gradle came into picture. So Maven is basically, Apache Maven is open source and it is capturing the whole market of software development, and almost all Java application they use Maven script. Let's go and learn something about Maven script. So let me share my screen for you all. Okay. So let me share my screen. Okay, so my screen is visible to you all, right? So see, when I say you all, the people those are watching my video, I'm talking about them because this is all in this particular session. I'm the only person who is recording this video for you all, right? My screen is visible to everyone now. Let me go through fast internet and search Apache Maven to give you some basic definition about what is Maven. Today's session won't take much time. It will be very, maybe within 1 hour we'll finish everything. Hey, I have already downloaded Apache plugin and configured in my laptop, but still then I will tell you all these steps how to do it, right? And how to run it from the console or content. I think in one of the very beginning session I will explain that also. See what you can do. You can always download Maven from this uh, Apache Maven project. You click on download. You go to here. You will have some binary source. Download the binary. Download the zip file and export it in your system. Configure the path and class path. You are done with your Maven installation. So what is Maven, right? The Maven is a Yiddish word meaning accumulator of knowledge. Began as an attempt to simplify the build process in the Jakarta Tunnel project. There were several projects, each with their own ant build files. So basically, what happened internally, Raman is using and that were slightly different. Jars were checked with into CBS. So CBS again subversion where codes or a repository where codes are, checked in. See, there are so many. SVN is another code checking subversion. CVS is code checking subversion. Git is another code checking subversion. So there are so many repository available. When I started working, I was working with CVS and SVN that we don't have any online, like Git. What we used to do, we used to have a local system or server where we will check in our code to CVS or SVN. So that's how it is. See, basically, you see the objective of making the Maven's objective, what it does actually, what it says. This tool used for building and managing any Java-based project. We hope that we have created something that will make day-to-day work of Java developers easier and generally help with the comprehension of Java-based projects. It helps you to build a Java-based project, and the advantage of this Maven project is you will not require to download all the dependencies and keep it in a folder. You just need to mention the dependencies and its version on the Maven build file. It will download from the repository. It will always download from the repository where these zap files are available, and if you have internet connection. If you don't have an internet connection, it always create a local repository in your system, and that local repository, it will go and check if that is available. It will do the build from the local repository rather going to the internet. You know, the thing here is still Java is in booming, still Java is rocking, still product and application development are happening. Everyone is following the trend. Now it depends on what you want to follow. See, for me, I am always into product and application development. And also, if there is a support for the product, any stakeholder is using or any production environment we have where it is deployed, I also look into the support of that project. So production, application development, product development along with that production support. Yeah. So this is the work of a person who into engineering leadership role or into technical leadership role along with people management. So I have been in that field from last 16 to 17 years, and I will be continuing in the same field for till my retirement. I know now AI is booming. That doesn't mean I have to get into AI field, right? Now data science is booming. That doesn't mean I have to get into data science field or data analytics. See, it is again every individual's interest. So whatever you want, you learn and you grow. I am, since I don't have anything now, I'm just applying for job, searching for job. So these knowledges are already available on internet. YouTube, if you search so many videos, you will find about Maven, right? So still why another one? See, I'm trying to deliver the knowledge which I have in practical field, and I want to tell you, how to use Maven. If you are interested, you watch my video, learn from it, and grow in your career. CBS has been. They're very old now. I don't know if CBS is any companies using CBS or SBN. Most of the company are using Git. Anyway, I will explain what is Git also in one of the session. How you can use Git repository, how you can create your project. Anyway, nowadays everything help is available, right? When you create a Git account, slowly going and doing the activities there, you understand how it works. Maven's primary goal is to allow a developer to comprehend the complete state of development effort in the shortest period of time. In order to attain this goal, Maven deals with the several areas of concern, making the build process easy, providing a uniform build system, providing quality project information, encouraging better development practice. You know what is that? What does it mean? See, what it is trying to say, what are the objective of Maven? Maven always, create or build processes. I will tell you in this automation world, subject this automation is nothing but you can say it is artificial intelligence. In this automation world, what actually happen? We'll have a build script. And let's say we don't have any build script. That means I have to go to Eclipse and manually do create a jar, right? And then manually take that jar and put in a FTP or put into some other location from where another build script will build it, will pull that jar from that particular ER file, jar file or WAR file from that particular location and deploy it in a server like WebLogic, Tomcat, or maybe on WebSphere or maybe JBoss, right? So these all are manual, right? So if you have a build script, now what happen? You have Jenkins, you have Jenkins, or you have maybe AWS code deploy, or maybe some other infrastructure, which what it will do, it will initiate this, it will initiate this build script from their side on a scheduled time, and that particular time this build script will get executed, giving you a ER or 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 whatever the file you needed. And that ER and OR file will be placed into a deliverable folder by Jenkins. No, this is called DevOps process. So it will be delivered in a folder location or maybe in a active location. And then another build script will be there, which will deploy this particular file into the server. So it's because of this build script, many things can be automated, right? If you do it manually, sorry, if you do it manually, so you have to go manually, right? So that's how it is. Providing a uniform build system. You read this theory, you come to know how it works. So I will tell you, first after downloading what you need to do, and then I will go to Eclipse to show you how you can create a build, how you can create a Java project. See, first to download, after downloading, after downloading, see, this is Apache Maven. Expand it, and expanding it, you have this folder, right? Apache Maven 3.9.8. Now, what is the latest version of Apache Maven? Yeah, 3.9.9. It was 3.9.8. When in my last project, what I used is 3.7 or 3.8. I used in a few years back, right? So here, if you see Apache Maven, it's the root folder, right? So this is the root folder. This is Apache home. And if you go to bin, this will be your path, right? So you have to set Apache home and bin folder if you are doing this. So how to set that? You go to your this PC, right? You go to this PC or you go to the setting and open properties. Click on properties, open the properties. So come to properties, then you click on advanced PC setting, right? Advanced system setting. When you click on advanced system setting, you will get this. Now you get this system properties, right? Here, from Satya. Alexa, stop. Hold on. Let me stop my switch up my Bluetooth. Hold on. Otherwise, this Amazon Alexa will keep on playing from this, right? So see, now if you see this system properties, this you have go to advanced, and you have advanced, you click on environment variable, and you click on environment variable, you have to create a M2 home. This I have already said earlier. Click on new and then write M2 home, M2 underscore home. And for that, you have to take the folder path, the whole folder path, the root folder of Apache Maven 3.9.8. In my case, 3.9.8. In your case, it may be 3.9.9 or 3.9.7, whatever it is, 3.9.x in your case. So you put that there, and then what you do, then you click on OK, right? So your M2 home is created. And then after that, you go to the path. Already path, you will find one path, the path variable there already defined. So upon that path variable, you click on edit. And then you go, you copy that path till the bin folder and paste it here. or you can browse from here till the bin folder and paste it here. So after doing this, you are done with your Maven configuration. Click OK and then click OK, right? Then click on apply. In your case, apply will be enabled. Click on apply and then OK. So you are done with Maven configuration. Then go to your command prompt. You can press Windows and R key. It will give you run prompt. In there write CMD. You can write there CMD and then write Maven. Just Maven hyphen V version. I don't know if happy version is there. Maven is not recognized. Sorry, not Maven. It is MBN. MBN hyphen version. Right. MBN. MBN is basically for Maven. This is a command which we use to run. So see, Apache Maven 3.9.8. It is showing the Apache Maven version and the home folder along with Java version which is configured for in this particular system, right? And the key, hash key, the authentic, nowadays some keys are coming which will basically tell that this software is authentic. Now, coming to Eclipse, you have already installed Maven, you have already downloaded Maven, you have archived it, you have configured Maven, you have configured Maven home, that is M2 home, you have configured the path for Maven, and you have done already the testing that Maven version is working, that is MVN Maven version. Now you open your Eclipse, go to your Eclipse, do right click, do right click, then do new, and in right click new, you go to project. So here, what you do, you have to create a Maven project, right? So you will see many Gradle, Java, G, so many projects you will see. You just type in filter, right? MAVN Maven. So Maven project will come. See, check out Maven project from SCM. You want to check out some Maven project from SCM source code manager, that is GitHub or SDN or CVS, whatever it is. You can go for the fast option. Then Maven model. You just want to create a model, not a project. You can go for Maven model. If you want to create a project, then go for Maven project. So we want to create one Maven project here, not model, right? What is model? I will tell you later. When we are expanding this project, we'll come to know what is a module. Let's go with Maven project. So see, create a simple project, skip act type selection. What you do, you don't select anything. You use default workspace is selected, then click on next, right? Click on next, and you find here act type. So basically, you have to create your default. When you go for a project, you need to create a act type, and that act type, your group ID, everything will come here, right? So you need to find that from here. Group ID, artifact ID, this version will come here. So let me. It should get fetched from the internet. Why it is not fetching? So just change this. Just change this. See, it will fetch from the internet. From sometime it will fetch from some other places. Sometime it will fetch from some other. You just select this and just wait. You'll get the archive. So the latest version of archive only. It is not showing. Okay, so we got this. Always select this is the default archetype, Maven.archetype, archetype. This is the default, always when you're creating a new project, always go and select that one and this one. Then later we can add whatever we want, right? Maven.archetype. This you select this. Org, Apache Maven.archetype, right? You select this. What you can do always, you can go to Maven Central. If it is fetching this thing, right? Now it fetched from the Maven Central. Internet is sometime if your internet is slow, it will take some time to fetch from the Maven Central. If it is fetching from Maven Central, here also you can find that same Maven.archive, right? Apache. What is that? ORG, right? We have to go to ORG. Scroll down, you will find somewhere, or you can write here ORG fulfill, right? Dot Apache dot not this one. What was that? Avaji. One second. That is their internal. Okay, dot Maven, then act type, right? You can always pull, you can always write that and you can always pull. See, I'm showing all these options so that, if you are a beginner, you will be, it will be very easy for you to understand. See, org, Maven, dot act type. If I'm going to internal, it was showing 1.0 act type, right? If you go to Maven Central, you'll find org, Apache, Maven act type 1.5, the latest version. So you pull this latest version, right? You pull this latest version, or what you can do if you want to see if something else is there or some more latest, you go for all catalog, right? But pulling data from the all catalog here, internet might take some time, you know, and then you go and search your org maven.archive. Here again you will find that 1.5 is the latest version. So select that 1.5, right? And then click on next. When you come to next, you will see group ID, artifact ID, a snapshot, package. So whatever package you want to create, you can create, right? Whatever group ID you want to give, you can give. See what is basically group ID, what is basically your artifact ID, what is your version, what is called a package. The package is basically what kind of package you want to have in your project. Group ID and package will be, so, whatever the group ID you give, that kind of package will get created. Artifact ID is nothing but it is your project ID or project name, right? So let's say I will give the group ID com dot example dot you know let's say, and I will give the artifact ID something uh, sample Maven, right? Sample Maven project. This is what artifact ID. Let the snapshot version be 0.0.1 because any project you start, it will start with 0.0.1. So let it be that. And package you can keep always the same. And let's finish it. So for this statement site, what is artifact ID, what is Maven ID? So Maven, how you can learn it, I will tell you. Maven project, Maven, Maven file, structure, and attributes. You search it in Google, you will find detailed documentation of Maven file, and you know Maven file always is generated as .com file, right? .pom. The extension of Maven file is .pom. So let's go to Eclipse. This project might have got created. Yes, you see Maven building, Maven new stuff, new form. This project is, it is trying to build, and it will come here once the build is done. Still it is running. If you see this creator, still it is running. So let it run, and you will see once it is done. Yes, it is downloading this Maven artifacts and all over for this particular project. So let it do his work. We will go to the browser. See, introduction to standard directory layout, Maven, right? And one more here is another Maven directory structure. So this is the directory structure. See, introduction. I will just explain this. You can go to this website and you can learn all the attributes about what period there is in Maven. Slowly, also I will explain about you all the things about Maven. See, a typical project has a pom.xml file and a directory structure based on defined convention. Maven project, in the root of the Maven project, you will have pom.xml, read.txt, readme.text. If you want to have any help, you want to write some guidance to the developer who is using this project. then readme.txt, notice.txt license like GPL license, general public license, GPL license. So whatever the license you are holding for this project development, you can put it here. Source, main, Java, resource, filters, web. If it is a web application, it will be web application structure. If it is a plain old Java, object or plain Pojo application, then it will be a Pojo application structure. That is pretty similar the way we create. Then test, then IT site assembly. See, so you will have source, and in main you will have all main your development artifacts. And when you go to test, you will have test artifacts here, right? So this is the structure, and they have explained it here. What is that? The source, main directory, Excel file. This they have explained. Conclusion. Uh, okay, so we have done with this structure. So coming to the archetypes now, introduction to archetypes. What is an archetype? Because I have used one org.apache.maven archetype, right? Archetype is a Maven project template toolkit. A archetype is defined as an original pattern or model from which all other things of the same kind are made, right? So whenever you are using a archetype, it's basically a template or a toolkit from which you create a pattern which will help you, or from which you can derive all other things of the same kind, or of the for development. Let's say you want to configure so many things, you can derive it from that archetype, right? So here they have given archetype artifacts ID. Maven archetype an archetype to generate a simple archetype project. So what we did, we used to generate a simple archetype project that is basically a plain old Java project. That's why we went with archetype. If I would have gone with J2 archetype, it would be in a web application, right? Java Enterprise Edition. If I've gone with this plugin, so it would have generated sample Maven plugin, right? So see, we will add few of them in future, and you can easily see how this hack type, you know, uh, how this hack type basically helps us to help, or to develop this, or to help in building our application, right? Hmm. See here, these are the scripts, right? Overview, PM, yes, what is now we're talking about the POM file, right? POM stands for Project Object Model. The Maven file extension is .pom, POM, right? So it is stands for Project Object Model. It is an XML dependency of a Maven project held in the file named pom.xml, right? So it is always pom.xml file. So that is the word or extension used for identifying Maven file, right? It will be again when I talk about extension .xml file, but POM is the word which is used, right? So when the presence of Maven folks, speaking of a project is speaking of the philosophical sense beyond a mere collection of file containing code. See, these all are theories you all can read, and you can learn it from here. I will just explain the file once it gets generated. See, group ID, artifact ID, version, packaging, dependencies, parent. So what is parent? Parent basically you are going to define the parent profile. See, your project can have multiple modules, and in multiple modules you will have one parent file, POM file, one parent POM, child POM file. So in that case, it is used, right? Dependencies basically, if you have any jar dependencies or POM dependencies, you can add into it. Packaging is basically, you want it to be a jar, var, or year file. Version, what is the version of your build? Artifact ID, as I explained it, group ID, as I explained it. You know. So here it is again, they have clearly explained group ID, the general unique amongst an organization or a project. For example, all core Maven artifacts do well live under the group ID, right? Group ID do not necessarily use do not dot notation. For example, the JUnit project. Note that the dot notated group ID does not have a corresponding to the package structure of that the project contains. See, group ID may not, same as the package structure, but that a package structure. What I did in this case, basically, let's see if the Eclipse has created the project or still it is running. Still it is running, right? Maybe it will take some time. Yeah, it created the project. Yeah, sample project is here. So see, in this project, it has created the POM file, you know, It has created the form file act type resources, test resources, right? So since we went with the simple sample project, it has created the form file and it has created this all this thing, right? But it has not created the package. Let's see what it has done. See here it is com.example.maven, packaging Maven archive, version is 001 snapshot, artifact it is sample Maven. If you see the project name here, it is sample Maven according to Eclipse, if I map according to Eclipse, it is that how. See, there might be something went wrong because of which it has not created package. So what we can do, we can create this as a package here, and we can always, I am always prefer to create a package here. What I can do, I can go to the source main, uh, main resources, paste, in this main, I can go create new folder. Yes. Okay, so let me go to browser to show you the folder structure first, right? See, if you have seen the folder structure here in this thing, what it is saying, inside main you will have Java, right? Inside Java you will have all the packages. So here, if you go in this, what Maven has created or Eclipse has created for us, inside main, it has no Java, right? It is source main. So we need to create a Java here. It has created some wrong structure, maybe because of that 1.5 version. Fine, anyway. So let me create a folder, right? Java. Inside main, we'll create a folder Java, and inside that, you need to create another folder that is called com. Inside that, we need to create another folder that is called example. This is how we create example. Then inside that, we'll create Maven, right? Project, not the project, the another folder. We create another folder, Maven, right? Now here you do what already I think I have seen some application inside the resource, this app, right? What we will do, we'll put this app inside this Maven, right? So this app went inside the Maven and the package is it is written something dollar package. So what we will do, we'll make dot com dot example dot Maven. We'll make that as package, right? Right. So this is how your package now. Let me run it if it is identifying this as a Java class. So it's not identifying as a Java class, it's not showing. See what you can do. This is right click on com, then there will be something where add to source path, right? Restore team source format. No, it's not showing. So what you can do always, you can go to the right click properties, you can go to the Java build, Maven. So it is not showing. I think something went here and there from this project to this Valentine. Okay, fine. But anyway, it should show. It should show. Hold on. No, you can always edit your Eclipse files, setting files, and you can make it always a Java project. If it is not showing you as a Java project, you can always make it as Java project by editing the file. We'll do that if it won't show as a Java project. Progress, build, develop, Maven, project facet, refactoring, on, debug, tags, validation, test. Okay, fine. No issue. We will go to the folder location, and we will see how we can make it as a Java project, right? So let's go to the Eclipse. My Eclipse workspace. This is what Eclipse workspace. This is sample project. Let's go to the before that. Let's go to the another project somewhere. My project. Right? We are doing my project. So go to dot setting file. If you see these preferences are there, and then go to dot class path or dot project file. If you go to dot project file, let's see what it is there. No, I don't have anything to open this file. It is not showing also open with, because it is a dot. Let me open first notepad plus plus. See, these are actually developer work. I have worked, I have done when we face some critical issue, you know, and how to manage that. So this I'm telling you all as a fresher, you all are fresher. So when you get into development, you all will be, experienced professional. If they're watching this video, they will be knowing it. But if you are a fresher and if you never worked into any project, it is difficult for you to learn. See, like this. If I bring it, it is saying this Java nature, right? In dot project file, it is saying Java nature. In dot three dot class path file, it is setting the internal class path, right? Let's go to the other folder of Maven. You will see in the sample Maven, you also have dot project file, right? What it is showing. It is showing only Maven to build and Maven nature, right? It is not showing this nature Java, right? Nature. So if you make it Java nature and when nature, that project will also become a Java nature project, right? You just need to add this tag here, right? And also what you can do, you can make it, build command Eclipse JDT code build also. You can make it Eclipse build also. So you just take this build command and name arguments, before argument you paste that build command. Here you see only this thing is there. You make it here and then you just refresh this project. It will give you some different things. See, it came, right? It is on this project, this full as a package. So what you can do, you just need to little bit go to the build path. It will show now Java build path, right? It is showing Java build path. Go to source. You see the sample, source, main, all these are it is showing, right? Here, this source is the it is taking from the source as the package. So what you do, you edit this, or you can remove this, the everything, and then you can add again. Add folder. You go to the project. You expand source. Then you expand main. Then you expand Java. Select Java, right, and put it OK, and then apply and close. See what happened. Source main Java. The package structure came properly, and this file, you know, seems to be proper now. But it has still some error, right? It has still some error. Now it is showing Java application, but editor doesn't contain a main tag, right? So it is now showing it has some error and it can't run this file. So this is how you can configure this path look like your Java Eclipse, and you can have the POM file, right? So this POM file will be same the other way, and all the like in source you have main, then you have Java. This will come as a folder structure here, right? The same thing. It is visible, right? And again, the test will be same resource project the IT basis. If you know IT basis is what basically for infrastructure. We don't have any infrastructure, you can remove this IT basics and all other stuff. So source, main, and test. Inside test, you can remove this IT basics resources for projects IT basics. Inside test, you can have this main Java and then again this, right? You can have this to test the application, right? So let's do a clean build of this project. Okay, we have done a clean build of this project, and let's see if the error goes. The error is not going. Still, there is some issue, right? Let me go to command prompt. Directly what you can do. You have that sample Maven project open. What you do? Right here CMD. That browser in that Explorer URL. So directly get into that project. So you do mbn clean install. Yeah, right. Right. You run this. It will go to the POM file. It will try to build that project. And if it is successfully able to build that project, then that means your structure and the project type, everything is proper. It will download, a few uh, artifacts for the first time when you build, and after that it will be okay. I will show you in which folder where it does lies in your system. If you go to that folder in Windows machine, you will be able to find your Maven local repository. Test you don't have anything, so it won't test anything, right? So build is success. So it is able to build the file, and it is able to create the what it is able to create the jar of it. You see a snapshot jar is created, right? And if you want to run this file from the command prompt, how you can do, I'll show you how you can do that. Yeah. So you can write this, right? This is the command which I copied while while doing a build of something earlier. Maven clean install. Execute Java, then a minus dx main class. This is what the command you have to write. Here you have to write com.example dot the full package name example.maven, right? So this is what you write, and then this is actually fully qualified name of main class, and you run it. You will see the output. It will clean the project. It will clean, and then it will start building from the scratch again. And it will, after doing the build, it will execute this command. That means it will run the main method. It will show us the output. Java class not found. com.example.maven take orders this load class package build failed, not found. There is some issue. See, it is able to build, but it is not. It is saying that main class not found, right? So what is the command we have given here? The command is install execute java -dx main class is com.example.maven, right? Let's go to that sample maven folder. You will always go to target folder, right? In target folder, you will find that jar. You see, this is the jar which is present inside the target folder. You can do open archive, and then you can see what all are inside there. Say Java, see the content, the archive resources, source, test. So basically you don't have that the normal implementation that particularly your source is not here in this particular, the source is not coming, right? So what we did, we created a arc type with 1.5. There is some construction is wrong with 1.5. I will show you with one more project with 1.5, a 1.0, right? Or we will edit this. We can edit this. We can always edit this. We can always edit this. Edit this. So here, let's see. Properties, Utify, extension, Maven build, Maven plugin. Maven. It will take some time. For editing and doing it, and we will exceed our time limit. For you all, let me create one more project. With 1.0 version. I never. This is the first time I created with 1.5. So I have to see what issue, what are missing there, right? So let create a new project with Maven project next. This is also I will go with the same process here, and here what you will do, you will create. Okay, same 1.0 active, right? Let's go with 1.0 active, and here same org Maven, this artifact will give a sample Maven. Already sample Maven is there. We will make it Maven sample, right? So that we'll do another project. So here it is. Then we'll click on finish. There is some issue, I think, with 1.5 Active. I don't know. I feel something is missing here, right? That's why it's trying to build it's giving a jar, but it's not trying to fetch or it's not trying to fetch the class which we have at that upload class, right? So here it will do a little bit fast because already the artifacts are already available, So it will go a little fast. Creating Maven active, retrieving active, cancel request. Anything else I need to explain about Maven? Yeah. So see, if you go to the other document, the POM reference document, whatever I was explaining the basics, right here, you have the group ID, you have artifact ID is generally the name that project is known by. That's what I said, that artifact ID is generally the name that project is known by. And this the group ID is generally unique amongst an organization or a project. If you have multiple projects, so group ID will be the unique. Version. This is the last piece of the name puzzling. Group ID, artifact ID denotes a single project, but it denotes not indicate which incarnation of that project we are talking about. Do we want the this person or that version of the project? So that's the reason we need to have a version, right? And packaging is always basically, as I mentioned, are you going to create a var or jar, whatever it is. If you mention it as a var, it will create a var. If you mention it as jar, it will create a jar. And dependency is basically the dependency jars and the versions you need to mention. When coming session, when I integrate say, with something, that time we all need to mention all these dependencies and everything that will come to know in the coming session. Today, which is just how to create a Maven project. That's how we are looking at, right? So this, my Eclipse got hold here. I don't know why. Let's wait for some time. So classifier, type, scope, compile, provided, test. See in dependency, if you put this scope, what it will tell. Do you need the dependency during compile time or provided? Much like compile, but indicates you expect the JDK or a container to provide that at runtime also. So runtime, this scope indicates the dependency is not required for compilation, but for execution. Test the scope indicates the dependency is not required for normal use, but only for testing. System, the scope is similar to provider. See, all these, all these attributes, if you know, you can easily write a Maven file, you can easily add it. Nowadays, many tools are there which is actually helping people to generate all these form files like we did one in Eclipse. But even if it is generated, right, it will have sometime it will have some issues which will not fit our project and we need to edit it, we need to manually add it. So to do that, you need to have that knowledge. I'll wait or I'll cancel and create again this project. Sometime no, my Eclipse it gets stuck. I'll see that 1.5 how why it is showing error. After this session, and tomorrow I will let you know where what went wrong. Why that the 1.5 one were not able to run it. But this one project it should work properly, but it's not allowing my Eclipse got stuck. It is still creating Maven active, and it is still in 33%. Come on, buddy, miss it. This all build steep, all so many things you have that actually that actually create that actually creates so much a problem for us. Cancel user operation, continue user operation. Why it got stuck here? Web engineering manager, if he knows full stack development starting from the front end and till the back end, it actually helps the team. Even if he doesn't know everything, but he knows 80 major percentage over 80%, 90%, or maybe more than 60, 70% of that particular project development artifacts, it will help all the resources because he or she will be able to easily guide the team members. He'll be able to easily guide the team members or not developers or maybe tech leads if anything goes wrong, and that's how it is. See, from my day one in software industry, I already knew about CVS SVN, and when I entered into a small company, I started there everything everyone is doing. So I also started doing everything in that. Installing SVN, installing SVN, installing SVN, installing uh, installing SVN, installing CVS, creating the server, and asking my colleagues to check in code to that particular server. That time the development was a bit tedious. That time the development that time the development was bit tedious. It's from 2006. It was very difficult, that time. Slowly, when I grow, I started growing in my career, in experience, and the years goes on. So many tools, so many things came into picture, and software development became more easier and easier and easier. You see, in the year of 2025, it even don't need to write REST API. It is automatically generated by tools, and you just need to write your business logic, right? If you are using serverless architecture, like Amazon serverless architecture, you don't need to worry about creating having any server, Tomcat, JBoss, configuring them. You don't need anything. You just go create your serverless component, put your business logic, test it, deploy it, see the outcome. That's how nowadays the development is, right. So see, the person who has worked from that time and reaching this time, he definitely have the core knowledge how this product development or software development happened. This is not happening, right? This is not happening. So let me cancel this and create one more, right? That is created the project. Okay, it got stuck there. Maven, SPTN, yeah, it created the project C, but here also it has the same problem, but we don't know it has not the package, right? So anyway, fine. This is how you do, and this is how your Maven project, work, you know. And anyway, I'm looking for job opportunity, and until unless I don't find a job, it will be problem for me, right? Survival. So what I will do, I will end this session here, and you anyway know how to build a Maven here, right? Forget about this execution of the your project running the main method from the command line. I will show it tomorrow, but let me show you the build script is working here fine, right? In this simple Maven project, it is able to build and it is able to create a jar file, right? Now if you go to this that simple Maven form.xml, if you go to Maven archetype, here 0.0.1 snapshot, here somewhere will be packaging, right? Packaging, yes, Maven archetype. So in packaging, if you mention it as a var, right? So what is going to give us? This build will open now. Let me go to the target folder and check it. See, if you go to target folder and check it, you will find the time 11:35 just now. If you see my laptop time 11:36, so just now it got created, right? I changed the packaging type to var. Let me do a build. If the configuration is proper, it will build a var file for us. So it is saying processing war project, snapshot war, build failure. The Apache MN plugin, there's some plugin we need to add for war. At what I will do you this session, how to build particularly your archetype project, which is basically a jar project. So here I removed the Maven archetype. I made it as a jar. Now let's see. See, all these plugins, whatever saying, Maven war plugin 3.4.0 war is needed there. So we need to add all this plugin to the Maven uh, that POM file to make it work. So tomorrow or in coming session, I will show you how to create a war file, how to create a EF file by changing all these things, right? And I will also, now I will after this session, I will try to see why this main method is not running. Tomorrow I will show and I will tell you what was the error, why this main method was not working. We will end this session today here. Right? We'll end the session here. Thank you everyone. See my next video to know to get the complete information about Maven, build script and how you create WAR file, how you create a jar file, how you create EF file. In coming session, you will come to know in detail about it.